Bucks here. So, a lot of news to share today in Market Monday. A lot of things to go over and some talk about the market, of course, as that is the, theme of Mondays here. So, I hope you guys don't have a case of the Mondays as we move into the week in Mutt. Off the top, we want good news or bad news first? Let's do bad news. It's, if it bleeds, it leads. Like a classic news station. Here we are on the Gut Fox YouTube channel. Bad news. No golden tickets this week. Dang it! Sucks. I feel like it should have been pretty easy to get out 2 cards by this date, but EA systems, and I know I've heard this complained a lot about people that have been there between like Game Changers and stuff. Their systems are so far behind. How far behind them? The horse isn't in front of the cart. The horse has gone all the way around the world and is now behind the cart. That was terrible, but you know what? That's what you can kind of expect from me. So, their systems are terrible, so I'm guessing this strain and working from home isn't really good for them. So, with that said, I can see why it's taken them so long to put this together. They do, and here is the good news, have a promo coming Friday. We are speculating that it's the Easter promo. Now, EA's done this before this year with promos where we're like, hey, what do you think's coming? And they're like, I don't know. What do you think's coming? And then they're like, well, would it possibly be Combine? Nope! Theme Diamonds 2. Or was it Theme Builders? I don't know. One of those two. And so, maybe it's something besides for Easter. But last year, Easter launched a couple weeks before. Last year, Easter was the 21st of April. This year, it's the 12th. So that's why we feel like it's moved up a little bit. That's why we think it's going to be kind of some Easter stuff. There's some... I'll go over maybe the Easter promo and what we can expect in a video this week. If that is in case the fact. Otherwise, we'll just wait for the next week. So, big promo on Friday is the good news. No golden tickets this week. But they will be still doing that same 10 weeks. So they will be going April 9th is when the golden tickets, I believe, Kralo confirmed them, the first ones to come out. So for 10 weeks after that, they'll go from April 9th to June 11th as kind of some of our weekly content. But it is what it is. So it's sad, but you know what? Some content coming Friday. Otherwise, the rest of the week's going to be kind of bare outside of the, stay home, play together thing that they're talking about. So Kralo, they say this is going to be happening going forward. They have double XP going forward. And I mean, a lot of us are already maxed out at 99. If not, start kicking field goals in that Vinatieri solo as that level rewards are super nice. You want to get those quick to build the team. So they are doing a lot of Madden code giveaways on Twitch. They even stopped by my Twitch channel, surprisingly, a few days back to give away Madden codes when I was playing Madden there. Mostly playing MLB The Show now on Twitch. But we will be playing it for content, of course, so Friday. But Open Weekend League, Objective List, he says this stuff. You can see this going for the foreseeable future. It says it'll end the last week of May right there, up there. Wait, I think, yeah, up there. You see that? End the last week of May, so that's here. Kralo says they're doing some giveaways on the forums too, so check those out. But with that out of the way, let's talk about coins and market and stuff, kind of the focus once we're through the news of the day. So... we talked about this, and I really hope, right? We just got over a method that I've gotten screenshots from people making 400, 500, a million plus training on our training method. And if you aren't following this channel, regret every choice you've made in life. Because these methods come around, maybe every few months. But, if you were able to make that much training, Beastbag yesterday was telling me he sold all of his fucking coins for, we shouldn't talk too much about selling coins because people get banned for it. Somehow he hasn't been, but... selling the coins for he sold it for 700, 800 bucks just off what he made last week off this reroll method. So people were able to make, a million training, so 5 million coins. So these things aren't super common where we find a good method to make coins, but 5 million coins, that should be able to last you for a few months, along with the other ways we've always been able to make coins by flipping cards, doing that kind of stuff like that. So, yes. While this has been nerfed, and we talked about this in Saturday's video, and we talked about all last week how great it was, you should be in a really good spot right now. I'm only sitting at 4.3 million coins with 373,000 training. I wouldn't take advantage of it as much as I should because, I was playing MLB The Show, but I really hope the people that are playing Madden right now, the ones watching this video, you guys were able to take advantage of this. So the methods right now aren't nearly as profitable as that. There are still some ways of making coins in the game, which we'll get to in a second, but that should have satisfied your coin-making thirst for a while. Now, what do we do once we've got the top-end team? I guess we play the game. So now we got a couple weeks of playing the game. Maybe till Friday. We'll take a look. And I didn't hear anything about. I think free agency's done, right? Free agent that promo was at 2 weeks only. Are we getting part 3? I don't know. Can somebody in the comments let me know? I didn't hear, or maybe I was like off in La La Land if Graylo talked about it at all. But we'll see if we get rerolls for the Easter promo. We'll see if we can't take advantage of them. If not, whatever. C'est la vie, right? I don't know what that word is. Something in Spanish. But with this, I've seen some people talk about, and I've talked about this a lot in the past, this Theme Diamond 2 set piece and rolling this. Why Theme Diamond set 2 pieces, why we've talked about it since really it launched a while back, is because of the training arbitrage numbers. People that don't know what arbitrage means, basically the difference in prices in different markets. You can kind of transfer from one to sell it to another. So the differences between the training value at 97 and other cards, you always want to take a look at that. Like really when it's high, like right 80, 81s, 80 through 85s up here, it's over what would we say, like the 10% margin of tax, right? That training difference. So you can buy things, you can snipe them cheap. You can snipe some cards even cheaper than 4.4. Obviously, since the way I collect my data is based off just unfiltered at those levels. But you can re-roll into training down here, right? And that's why people have been able to make money on this. And so it depends. It's very market focused. It's not like, a lot of the methods that are based off the auction house and prices on the auction house do vary quite a bit. And you really got to keep your head into the game when you're doing those methods, because otherwise the markets will shift and you'll go underwater. But overall, they're still pretty solid. With this set itself, it relies way too much on luck and pulling decent stuff versus selling on the market. But you do have a little bit of margin for error on these low cards because they're going for so much more training than you can snipe off the high cards. So that method, which we've talked about, again, like I talked about a few times, like a month ago or whenever these things came out, it's been okay through the whole time, depending on the training ratios, right? So you can only do it a certain amount because you have to list the cards on the market, so you have to interact with the auction house, unlike this method right here, which you didn't have to interact with the auction house, which made it that much better. This is a lot like the gingerbread method we showed on the channel too. So like the methods, there are different, like there are many profitable methods, but some of them are a little bit weird, right? Because B-Spec also said he was able to kind of take this method, the 87 free agency player one, and kind of modify it by making the bosses, by making the 98 bosses, because like Clowny itself, right? Clowny itself goes for more than training. So if you just by making, see how Clowny just make him out of 3 of them? So he was making Clowny and selling him on the auction house. But a half dozen Clownies hit the auction house, and all of a sudden that method's gone. So like that one's good for a person, good for a couple people, but it isn't really great for like mass adaptation. So that's why when people say, oh, don't spread methods, because they can get ruined. Some of them can. Other ones like that reroll training can only get ruined by EA changing the odds. Because when you look at 98 to 99s, we'll go to free agency in a second. See how Clowny's going for 365 when their actual training's at like 320 or 310. I got in some 98s there outside of it. So like Clowny himself, you could probably roll him 365, maybe make a couple thousand coins. It's not that good right now. I don't know what he was selling for at the time, but that does seem kind of like thin margins by rolling through that because the odds have kind of like evened out on that roll. So he was able to make some coins after the method got quote unquote patched, but like I say, interacting with the auction house is always a dangerous thing because market shifts on you. But with that, obviously the other way you can always go through and flip cards, right? Flip cards at the medium ranges of cards by filtering by team. These are some like basic early on in the year. You definitely want to watch that shit. Videos early in the year to learn how to flip. Just go basically team by team. Look for something under 54, 5,700, 3,800. I could probably buy this and flip it. So if I buy it, flip it for 5,600, it'll probably sell and I'll make a little bit of scratch because of the unfiltered results and people buying at that level. 5,600. There you go. So that's always there. That's always an option if you're trying to make scratch for the people that are like, oh, what's the new method? Just snipe cards. Still. But yeah. Wait, did I go through everything? Yeah, I guess that's my list. Huh. Kralos gave in the preview to the promo Thursday morning, he said. That's something I missed. All 20 golden tickets have been claimed. So we're getting 20 golden tickets all the way through June 11th. So that's the information that we just received. Prior to that, we only thought 18 had been claimed. So all 20 have been claimed. And we'll see if people have changed their minds or if the lists that we've seen, if the people we've talked to out there have given us accurate judgments. So that's it. Stay home, play together, do like the campaign says, because EA's never been wrong in their life. But yeah, definitely do stay home and don't go outside because it's scary out there. I'm pretty sure it's a post-apocalyptic wasteland right now. That's what I'm looking at. Some sort of fucking Mel Gibson type situation. Some road warriors going back and forth. So anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys thought. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you didn't. You know how it is. Judge me! See you tomorrow.